I have been MIA for much of the second half of the season. Quite frankly, I've had to do this moving myself. Somebody made a joke last time I did something, myself and my family, to another location. I said, I had to move my family. They said, why? Well, why aren't you? But I'm here. Look, Leeds United 4-0 loss to QPR. Like, my worry now is the shipping of the goals. We're shipping too many goals, and that is the problem. So we have the 3-1 victory over Hull. The goals were late to kind of dig us out of that one. We had an 80-minute and an 89th minute goal, I guess, to really seal the win for us in that much-needed 3 points. The 2-1 loss to Coventry, who were in form. The 0-0 to Sunderland. The 1-0 loss to Blackburn, in which we never really unlocked them. And now the track meet to Borough and shipping 4 goals to QPR. Not playing our best football going into the playoffs, and that is probably where we'll land with the Tractor Boys now with a firm grip on the second place promotion with 2 games in hand. They don't have to do much to get that point over us. So very disappointing. I think, the worry now is really we're playing terrible football going into a playoff. I feel more confident against Norwich because they play a similar style to us. I don't feel very confident at all against West Brom. And those are the 2 that will probably play. I think, now it's us and Sunderland for really, who we're playing in the playoffs. I think Farke might be able to find out some more things about his team. And maybe the boys take it seriously. But, I'm don't want to say I'm resigned to the playoffs, but I'm resigned to the playoffs. And so I'm looking ahead to the playoffs. And, home and away against Norwich, I feel somewhat confident against. Home and away against West Brom, I do not. Now, the other thing that's really frustrating about this is that we did the double over both of the probable promoters, automatic promotion spots, which is obviously Leicester and Ipswich, the Tractor Boys. Credit to Ipswich for doing a double. I mean, I'm giving them the trophy now. I mean, not the trophy, but I'm giving them the promotion. Credit Ipswich for doing 2 promotions. That's really quite remarkable. We did kind of give it to them at the end. We did the double over both these teams, but when the likes of, obviously QPR take 3 points off of you today. We gave 4 points at least to Coventry, and they're picking up points off of you. Other teams down the table. I mean, QPR are 18th. They had nothing to play for. Sunderland, nothing to play for. Coventry, really nothing to play for. They're picking up points against us late in the season. We are always every team's cup final, but to collapse like this, there's really no excuse. I have a mate, a friend of mine that is, he calls himself a Farke skeptical. He is Farke skeptical. I'm right there with him. I understand. We have by far, on paper, maybe the best, or if not the second best team in the league. Obviously, we were there. We're there, but we're not there. To collapse like this is really, I don't want to say it's unexcusable. I'm not certainly calling for his head, but it calls into question whether he could do this. Certainly in the upper echelon of the league, I think he's made some mistakes. I don't think his system is incredible. I don't think he can really adapt quickly for the Premier League. So I would be very skeptical of him. I'm all for bringing him back next year. I think he can boat race the league again, and I do think there will be some significant losses if for whatever reason we can't get promoted in the playoffs. But I mean, it's just disappointing to put in a shift like this, a performance like this, and everyone just collapsed with everything to play for in London. I don't understand what could have possibly happened. Really, they have no one to blame but themselves. The theory that the losing mindset from the Premier League has carried over into this season is really hard to believe at this point, because who is there? Who is left from the terrible teams of the last 2 years in the Premier League? I don't know. Ampadu's got to look in the mirror. He's the captain. He's wearing the captain armband. But I'm frustrated. I'm mad. I'm all those things. But now I can instantly switch, and now looking forward to the playoffs. And again, I feel confident against Norwich. I don't feel confident against West Brom. I do feel like West Brom home and away would be giving us trouble. But for whatever reason, if we're able to gather momentum. Now, here's the other part that you need to be thinking of if you're like me, thinking about the playoffs. We're going to play Southampton with really nothing to play for. It's gone. It's right. But Southampton will be in the playoffs, and most likely Southampton will be in the final. So do we want to really hold all our cards, play everything, go all out against Southampton to beat them in the season again, when we're going to probably play them in London? This is basically going to be the last game of the home at Ellen Road. Is going to be, it's not officially a friendly, but you might want to treat part of that game like a friendly, because maybe you don't want to show all your cards to Southampton that game. But we move forward. I flipped the switch. And but the worst part about all of this, even if you're taking a draw, it's really the shipping of the goals, and B, the fact that we are playing some terrible football going in to the playoffs. You'd almost rather have, Leeds United getting into 6th place right now, but on a 5-game winning streak, 10-game winning streak, and going into the playoffs and going into the 5th or 6th spot. You'd almost feel more confident about it. Rather than this really, poor performance after poor performance. Again, since the international break, 2-1 loss to Coventry, 0-0 to Sutherland, 1-0 loss to Blackburn, the track meet win against Borough, and now shipping 4 goals to QPR. Anyways, I'm out. I'm going to be doing more content, American and Leeds, and marching out together, everyone. Bye.